Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are currently at the Counselor Academy for the Jewish University Experience College Fair. My name is Sibel. I'll be your facilitator for today's session. I am super excited to be here with the rest of my colleagues. We have some amazing universities and colleges here to tell you a little bit about themselves. But before we get started, I do have a few things that I want to mention here. So a couple things, remember your camera and microphone are turned off. This is a webinar style formatted virtual college fair. So you are muted, video is turned off, and the panelists cannot see or hear you. But you're probably wondering, well, Sibel, I have a lot of questions. How in the world do I ask them? Well, that in and of itself is a great question. You're going to be using your Q&A button. So if you look in your Zoom toolbar, you will see towards the middle a button called Q&A. You're going to click on that and type in those questions to the presenters at any time. Now, I stress at any time. It is only about a 45-minute virtual college fair, so it is important for you to get your questions answered all throughout the college fair. Please do not wait until the last minute. And I also ask if you could do us a favor, put the school's name within the question. Again, put the school's name within the question so we all know who the question goes to. Remember to sign up for more sessions. This is one out of many, many college presentations that are offered, so please check the schedule on the website. And last but not least, maybe you want to relive the fun with us, or maybe mom missed out on today's session, or a friend wants to check out these schools. Well, guess what? That is all okay. We want you back because all of these sessions are being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Jewish Student Fair. With that said, I would love to get started with our first school up for today's session. We have Binghamton University.
Hi, everyone. I'm happy to be here. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and start my presentation. My name is Johanna Brzezinski. I'm an admissions counselor at Binghamton University, and I also went here for grad school, so I know a little bit about the student experience as well. So Binghamton University, we are a part of the State University of New York. We are the #1 public school in the state system. So just a few facts about Binghamton. Our undergraduate class is about 14,000 students with about 3,800 graduate students. So we get about total applications 42,000 per year with about a 40% acceptance rate. So a few years ago, I think this was from fall 2021, we had 2,897 students, and this past year we had a little bit over that. So it's usually give or take 3,000 students. Our first year retention rate is 92%. So that means that 92% of students that are starting at Binghamton are continuing on at Binghamton. The national average is 73%. So we really think that means that our students are happy being here. If you're interested in some application information, you want to know where you fall with other applicants, our mid-range accepted student gets a 93 to a 98 GPA, or a 3.7 to a 3.9 on a 4.0 scale. We are test optional for fall 23. So if you're a junior, we're test optional. And if you do choose to submit scores, our average accepted student has between a 29 to a 33 on the ACT and a 1,300 to 1,450 on the SAT. So for our academics, it's broken up into 6 different colleges within the university. We have Harper College of Arts and Sciences, our liberal arts school. We have the College of Community and Public Affairs, which has social work and human development majors. We have our direct entry nursing school, Decker College of Nursing and Health Sciences. We have our business school, the School of Management. We have our engineering school, the Watson College of Engineering and Applied Sciences. And then we have our School of Pharmacy, which is a doctoral program. We also have many accelerated 4+1 programs where you can get your undergraduate and graduate degree in 5 years. Some other things about the impact that Binghamton can have. We are a research institution. We are an R1 institution, which is the highest level that a school can be. So if you are looking to engage in research, there are tons of opportunities here at Binghamton. We also have lots of students that do internships. If you are looking for an internship, we'll help you find one, apply for one, and that process along the way. Service learning is important to a lot of students. So we have classes that include service components, or we also have opportunities if you're looking to get involved in the community. And lastly, we have education abroad. So because we are part of the SUNY system, you can go through any State University of New York school to study abroad. So there's over 1,000 programs available to you. So specifically, I know that the font is a little small here, but I can always send this out if anyone needs it. We have some facts about Jewish life on campus. So Binghamton is about 30% Jewish. Our students, 30% of our students identify as Jewish. So we have a lot of services to make sure that you are observing your cultural and religious needs while you're at school. So we have a Hillel, we have a Chabad, there's options for services for Shabbat, be it Reform, Conservative, or Orthodox. We have an Eruv on campus so that you can carry things while it's Shabbat. We have different learning opportunities. Many of our students will do a gap year in Israel, which you can receive credit for your courses. We have a kosher dining hall in one of our larger dining halls on campus. So there's a lot of different services that we supply. We also have Judaic studies, and I think this is fun. We have a Yiddish minor at Binghamton, which I always wanted to participate in. So some honors programs that we have our scholars program. This is open to students in our engineering, liberal arts, and nursing school. So it's just, you have extra mentorship opportunities and different specialized internships available to you. We have our first year research immersion program, which is a 3-semester research experience for students that are in their first year. So it's one of 4 programs in the country where you can start research your very first semester. We have the SOURCE project, which is similar to FRI. FRI is for the physical sciences. SOURCE project is for the humanities and social sciences. We have PricewaterhouseCoopers Scholars, which is for our students in the School of Management. And then we have the Innovation Scholars program, which is for students looking to be entrepreneurial. They have an invention, they have a business, something along those lines. Our alumni are really esteemed and really successful. So our alumni have an average starting salary that's higher than the national average. It's about $61,000. We also have a great career center that will help you along the way, figuring out what you want to do, how to connect to opportunities and such. So for student life, we have over 450 run student clubs and organizations. We highly encourage our students to get involved in things on campus, be it professional, cultural, hobby-based. We have a cheese club if you love cheese. We have 21 Division I teams between men's and women's sports, and we have 38 club sports and then tons of intramural sports. We also have different musical theater and music groups on campus. If you play an instrument, you sing. We have student-run museums and many other recreational activities. So I mentioned earlier that we are accommodating of kosher food needs. So that's really important to us. We have kosher, vegan, vegetarian, halal, gluten-free, all different kinds of accommodations if you have different dietary restrictions. We have 6 residential communities, and you get to live exactly where you want to live your first year. You get to select right where you're going to live. Am I at 6 minutes?
No, 20 seconds.
20 seconds. Okay, here we go. Highly sustainable campus. If you're into that, look at our website. We have lots of research on sustainability. We're located in a city suburb setting. So if you like a little downtown, but you also like being able to get out in nature, we're a really great spot. And we have a 190-acre nature preserve here on campus. If you like hiking, it also gets Wi-Fi if you want to do your work there. These is a slide about the cost. Quick look at that. Okay, that's all on our website as well. And that is me. So I will make sure to drop my information for you all. And if you have questions for me, feel free to put it in the Q&A. I'll keep an eye on it while everyone else is presenting.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for Binghamton University, please put it in the Q&A. Remember, as you are asking questions, please make sure to put the school's name within the question so we all know who the question goes to. All right, next up we have Bar Ilan University International School.
Thank you, Sybil. Let me just go ahead and share my screen here. Thank you. Thanks for inviting us here, and thank you so much for joining us here in our session today. My name is Shira Gaffney, and I represent Bar Ilan University, and we are located in the metropolitan area of Tel Aviv, Israel. So we are about a half-hour drive or so, 20 minutes to a half hour to the sea of Tel Aviv, and about 45 minutes or so to Jerusalem. So really a central location within the country. The university has approximately 19,000 students, of which approximately of that 900 students are coming in from abroad. And of that 900, I would say roughly about half of those are coming in from North America, from the US and Canada. The university has made a real mission within the last 5 years to really bring in students from abroad into the campus to really create that diverse atmosphere on campus as well. We are ranked amongst the top 2% of all universities worldwide, and that's something that comes out from the Shanghai World Rankings on a consistent basis. And much of that is due to the faculty that are coming out of the campus that are teaching and instructing the classes and the research that they develop. This is an example of the different faculties that we offer on campus. We actually have a medical school that's located in the north of the country in Sfat. And we also have the largest faculty of Jewish studies of any other academic institution in the world. And what you're going to see from that is many different classes in the field of Jewish studies that are available to our students. We are a research-based university. And so this is examples of the different impact research centers that we hold on campus that work very closely with the community at large. So our professors are dealing with the impact research centers on campus. They then come out to the community with the research that is developed on campus. This is just a sampling of the different faculty members that we have and the various awards that have been awarded. One other award on top of the prize-winning faculty is we were actually awarded Israel's most beautiful university campus. I do have a movie here to share, but because of the time limit, what I'm going to do is later on place in the Q&A the link to our movie. And I highly suggest, since we're in a virtual environment, please see our movie. Please visit us on the interactive tour. That'll give you a feel from afar of what Bar Ilan is all about. But also, if you ever see that you are going to visit Israel at any time, I'm going to give you my email address as well. And please let me know so we can set up a campus tour for you as well. So just a little bit about the different programs that we offer. We offer hundreds of different Hebrew instructed programs. We do offer, though, in terms of our English instructed programs, we offer approximately 20 to 25 different English instructed programs. These are the offerings that we offer on an undergraduate level. So you'll see dual degree offerings of communications and political science, communications, English literature, also linguistics. And then we also have a multidisciplinary BA in Jewish studies that comes out of our faculty of Jewish studies that I had mentioned previously. When you're looking at graduate degrees, then you're looking at these that we go more into STEM related fields, and these are samplings of which. Something to note before I start going into admission requirements is that our degrees are 3 years in length, which is slightly different than what you see in degrees within the US. And also our starting dates are different, and that also affects our application deadlines. So starting dates for our programs start in the fall of, which is the end of October for us. So this incoming class will start on October 23rd, which also allows for application, a slightly different application cycle. The deadline for this incoming class, for instance, is the end of July. So in terms of our admission requirements, we're asking for high school transcripts and diploma, and then you have 2 tracks. And this is, please take into account that this is all current as of today, because these could be updated as well. But as of today, we were looking for at least a 3.1 GPA and an 1100 SAT. If you would like to come in as test optional, then you would need to indicate such. And in that case, we would be looking at a 3.3 GPA and also requesting 4 AP exams. And depending on the program, then we would go into what the exam scores and the expectations are for that. With our English literature and personal and Jewish studies program, there we're looking for a personal statement as well. Just a little bit about student life, many organizations to choose from. We have a fully dedicated, with 900 international students that come on board, we have a fully dedicated International Student Services Center that is there to completely assist you with everything from scheduling of classes to assistance in dormitory accommodation. By the way, we have a brand new dormitory complex that was just built as of last year, right outside our Faculty of Engineering. And then also what we're really proud of is, it's one thing to bring you into Israel and to Bar Ilan's beautiful campus, but it's a whole other thing to keep you on campus and make sure that you're happy and really feeling part of something. So we have a fully dedicated person that deals with all social activity for the month, so that you're really feeling part of the community and blending in, not only with other students from around the world, because we have students that come in from Europe and Latin America and Asia, but also the Israeli population. We do events where you can integrate with the Israeli population on campus as well. We do have a JLIC couple on campus, and we also have a Bet Midrash and Midrasha. And if I have a little bit of time here, I will go ahead and introduce you to Chloe, who's a current student of ours, just to give you a little bit of a feel of the campus.
Hi, my name is Chloe Schwartz. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and I'm studying political science and communications at Ilan University. I'm currently finishing my first year, and I just wanted to say how amazing the faculty and the students have been. When I applied for Ilan, I really wanted a good sense of community, and the people here really feel like my family. We always text and hang out, and if there's ever a question, they're always here to answer.
So I think that'll give you a little bit of a feel just from Chloe, and I'll share that with you in the chat as well. And Sybil, how are we doing with time?
You are right at the 5-second mark. So
okay, so it's a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us. And please, any questions, feel free to reach out to me in the Q&A. Thank you.
Thank you so much. If you have any questions for Ilan University International School, please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have University of Oregon.
Awesome. Thanks so much. My name is Emily Carmichael. I am with the University of Oregon, and we are based in Eugene, Oregon, which is ideally situated in between the coast, the Cascade Mountains, and the city of Portland. I'm just waiting for my computer to catch up here, and of course it's going to completely malfunction. But overall, I will just get started by telling you that I am happy to connect with you over the process, but you can always connect with your territory manager in the area. Sorry guys, I don't think I'm going to be able to share my screen because it's sharing to the wrong.
That's okay, Emily, take your time.
Sorry, I just shared to the wrong screen. So I'm just going to skip the visuals. I apologize. Yes, we have a student population of about 20,000 undergraduates. And if you're to add in our graduate and professional students, it brings us up to a number of about 20,000 or 23,000, including our graduate and professional students. So we affectionately refer to it as a big, small school. You'll get all of the opportunities of a large research institution while still maintaining a really great small community on campus. And you can walk from one end to the other within about 15 minutes. So it's a really great location where we're based. And we have a really diverse student population on campus, and that's definitely a big source of pride for us. So we do have all 50 states represented, 90 different countries, and our campus is actually more diverse than the state of Oregon. So it's definitely something that we're really proud of while always recognizing that there's more we need to do. And so on campus, we do have about 1,600 Jewish students at the U of O, and most of the Jewish student population is coming from outside of the state of Oregon. It's a really tight-knit group on campus, and they really pride themselves on community service as well as student leadership involvement on campus. We are also one of the top 20 public universities for graduating underrepresented students. We have an amazing Center for Multicultural Academic Excellence, which is a really great resource for our students. And then we also are one of the top 25 LGBTQIA friendly institutions. And we have things like gender neutral housing, gender neutral restrooms. So it really is an inviting and welcoming community where we're based. And it's definitely something that students really notice right away when they're on campus. So I do want to talk a little bit about our programs. We have 168 different academic programs to choose from. And so while you can't see my slide listing all of them, you can always, of course, find them online. But our most common way for our students to start out on campus is as undecided. About 30% of our students will start out that way. You still have access to academic advisors, and they'll offer you support along the way. You have until the end of your sophomore year to decide on what program you would like to choose. So definitely time to just explore different courses because they seem interesting for you. And then with that, we do have programs in Judaic studies. So that is a major and a minor. We have a religious studies major and minor as well. But we really have strengths across the board. And so popular programs like architecture and business, but then we also have strengths in the sciences, human phys. And so really amazing strengths across the board on campus. I do also want to talk about our clubs and organizations. We have a ton going on campus. And so with that, we have over 300 different organizations available to students. You can pull up a full listing on our website. And if you, for some reason, can't find what you're looking for, there are always opportunities to start clubs up as well. But we do, of course, have our Oregon Hillel on campus. They offer things like free Shabbat dinners and matzo ball soup delivery that happens for free. And so whether or not you've come down with a cold or just need some comfort food or want to surprise parents, if you want to surprise your students, you can order that for them for delivery. Also, thanks to the Birthright Israel Foundation, every winter and summer break, Oregon Hillel will send a bus of students from the U of O and Oregon State, and they from there will go together on a trip, and they'll fly over to Israel and do a 10-day trip there. And so there's a lot of different things that they're doing with their programming. We also have a Jewish Student Union. We have a Jewish Law Student Association, a J Health Pre-Health Society, and then we have J Street U, which is an organization that's actually focused on advocacy for a peaceful transition to a two-state solution. And then we have Ducks for Israel. We have a Quack Pack group, which is a bipartisan group of students from the U of O that really aims to strengthen Israel's tie within the United States. And so there's a lot of groups that are really active on our campus. And so students have wonderful opportunities to get involved with that. We do also have 2 Jewish fraternities on campus, as well as 1 Jewish sorority. We have Sigma Mu Omega, and they are open to any student that adheres to the values and principles of the Jewish community. And then along with all of these, we do also have a wonderful list of student unions and cultural organizations. And that's something that I can always refer you to on our website, since I can't show them all to you right now, but we have tons of representation from different identity-based groups on campus, and they really work together. So interdisciplinary is a part of our curriculum, as well as things that are going on campus. So for example, our organizations of the Hillel will work with the LGBTQIA, and they set up the Jewish Student Social Hour on campus. And this space encourages Jewish students who identify as LGBTQIA, excuse me, my background noise, to connect with their peers and to build community, share experiences, and have some wonderful conversations. So that's run through our Hillel as well. And then one last thing I'll share is just a little bit about our housing. So students are required to live on campus freshman year, and they have the option to choose to live in academic residential communities, or as we call them, ARCs. So if they want to live with students in their academic program, they can choose to do so. It just makes our community feel a little bit smaller. And food on campus is amazing, and the U of O chefs are always willing to work with students to make any meal accommodations that they need. And even if you're coming to visit, you can reach out to them to find support. But I will pass it on to the next institution. Thanks so much, and go Ducks.
Thank you so much. If you have any questions for the University of Oregon, please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have Dickinson College.
Oh, good evening, everyone, or I should just say hello. I'm not sure where you're all coming from, but my name is Nadia Bonner, and I am one of the Associate Directors of Admission at Dickinson College. I'm joined this evening by my colleague, Rabbi Marley Liner, who will be giving more information on all of the services of our ASBEL Center for Jewish Life. So I'm going to share my screen here. Okay. So there's our contact information. I will place that in the chat a little bit later, but just for your reference. All right, so Dickinson College, here are some fast facts about Dickinson. So we were chartered in 1783 by Benjamin Rush. We were the first school chartered after the Treaty of Paris. So we are the first college in the new United States. So just some background information on who we are. We have just under 2,500 students that attend Dickinson. We're a small liberal arts college located in central Pennsylvania, in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. We're just 25 minutes outside of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. With our small student body, our student to faculty ratio is 8:1, average class size is 14. So our students are able to really create and build great relationships with their professors, as well as their peers in their classes. Something that we focus on a lot at Dickinson is our global view. We have a strong emphasis on global education, very strong study abroad program. 65% of our students are studying abroad. We are also #1 in the nation for sustainability. So we have a lot of great sustainability efforts going on at the college as well. And there are some additional facts regarding our internship placement rates, 100% internship placement rate. 94% of our students will complete an internship or some type of fellowship. And 98% of our students are either employed or going to further their education within a year of graduating. And here are some images of our local area. So as I had stated a little bit earlier, we have 4 areas that we really focus on at Dickinson. So we focus on global education, as well as being future focused, sustainability, and really creating engaged citizens and providing them with a useful education for the common good. So we offer over 40 programs and majors, and they are all listed here. The majors are listed in red, and we have our minor and certificate options listed in black there, so you can see what those what is available there. Some of the more popular programs would include our international business and international studies programs, as well as the languages. We also are very strong in the sciences, as well as psychology and English. So those are some of the, again, more popular programs on our campus. We also, again, have a very strong study abroad program. Our study abroad program is ranked #2 in the nation. We have 18 global programs abroad that are actually taught by Dickinson faculty. So when our students do go abroad, they are, again, learning by faculty from our campus community. We also have partnerships with a variety of other institutions globally that our students have the opportunity to study abroad. And then as far as our sustainability efforts, we're ranked #1 in the nation for sustainability. You can find out more information on our website about our sustainability efforts. One of our largest sustainability efforts would be our college farm. And we have a 180-acre farm that is 15 minutes from campus. Our environmental studies programs do a lot of different activities out there, and we utilize that space in a lot of different ways. 40% of the produce from that is served on campus comes from the farm. And we have over 120 clubs and organizations on our campus. So there's a lot of things to keep our students active outside of the classroom. We also have 25 NCAA Division III athletic programs, and all of that information can again be found on the website. And we have a lot of great traditions on our campus. One of them is to not step on the seal in the middle of campus. Legend has it, anyone who steps on it while they're an undergraduate student will not graduate on time. And here is some information regarding our internship program, again, in some of the places that our students have interned and places that our alumni are also leading. So we have alumni that are working in a variety of areas, and we have great partnerships with all of these organizations and businesses, and our students have a lot of great support from the alumni in getting placement for internships and placement after graduating. We also have a very high placement rate for law school as well as medical school, a 94% placement rate for law school, 95% placement rate for medical school and all healthcare professions. And here's some information on how you would apply to Dickinson. So we are test blind, so we are not looking at any of the test scores in considering applications or for scholarships. So that is something to keep in mind. We do have 2 deadlines. We have our early decision 1 and early decision 2 deadline, November 15th and January 15th. Am I running out of time? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to let Rabbi Marley speak. I don't want to cut into that too much. Right.
Hi, very, very quick moment I have. This is a picture of our building. The 20th anniversary of the Asbel Center will be next year. I'm a college employee. I am part of the Office of Equity and Inclusivity. We partner with a lot of different areas in the college. Happy to talk more if you put questions in chat. Lovely to meet you all.
Awesome. Thank you so much to the both of you. If anyone has any questions for Dickinson College, please put it in the Q&A. And next up, we have Union College.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for your patience while I got all sorted there. My name is Rachel McNeil. I'm an Assistant Dean of Admissions here at Union College, and I'm joined by one of our current students, Hannah. Do you want to give a quick intro, Hannah?
Sure. Hi, I'm Hannah. I'm a senior, and I was Hillel president for 2.5 years, so I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you a quick rundown about Union, a quick look at some of our highlights, and then Hannah's going to tell you a little bit about her experience. So some quick facts about Union. We are located here in upstate New York, about half-hour outside of Albany in the beautiful city of Schenectady, New York. We're a small liberal arts college and we offer engineering. So we have many different majors and minors, and of course the ABET accredited engineering programs. And we have 2,100 students. So it's a really tight-knit campus community where you'll know your peers, you'll know your faculty. And as you can see, our campus is gorgeous. It is beautiful now on campus. I cannot wait for you all to see these pictures. Okay, so a little bit about our academic culture. With our small campus and with our really intentional, classroom structure, we're really big on interdisciplinary programs. So students often are studying more than one thing and get to explore the full breadth of the curriculum as soon as they get to campus and throughout their experience here. So double majors, majors and minors are very, very common at Union and done very intentionally. We are also really big on immersive experiences. So things like research, study abroad, and internships, they can play a really big part in our students' experiences here. I know that for me personally, as an alum, it was an amazing opportunity to get hands-on work in research in a field that I was interested in, psychology, and be able to do that for 2 years at Union as an undergraduate and mentored by some fantastic faculty. Speaking of our faculty, they're world-renowned in their fields doing cutting-edge research, and they've chosen Union in the same way that our students have. They want to get to know you, they want to be a mentor, and that makes a really big impact on the student experience and how you move through the curriculum. You'll definitely have that support around you when you're trying new things that are very challenging, and you'll get that hands-on mentorship to allow you to succeed later on as well. I definitely have many mentors that have continued with me after graduating. We have a lot going on campus. We are a residential campus and students live here all 4 years. So there's a lot happening and you'll never be bored. I know Hannah's going to talk more about student life, so I'm going to let her do that. And I just want to mention there's so many ways that our students are preparing for these next steps. These are some quick statistics about what our students do after they graduate, and it's a really diverse range. I'll tell you from my perspective as a young alum, it's amazing to see how diverse the opportunities are for Union graduates and how adaptable they are, especially in a time of our lives that's been particularly challenging. And then just quickly, a few key highlights about the admissions and financial aid process at Union. We are test optional, have been for a long time, and that continues. And we offer many different rounds of application to suit your needs. We really would love you to come visit campus and come see us in person and get to experience it for yourself. And then we do meet full demonstrated need for all of our admitted students. That's another great thing to keep in mind. Now, Hannah, I'm going to pass it over to you.
Awesome. Well, hello. As you can see, there's a lot going on this slide, which I think is very representative of how we Jewish, students try to be on campus. And this slide kind of represents like a year at Union, at least pre-COVID. My first term at Union was fall 2018, and that's when there was the shooting at the Tree of Life Synagogue. And it was really great to see how the community came together, and the top left pictures of the vigil that we had. And there are a couple hundred students there, and it was really powerful and just a great way to see that the Union community cares. And we actually used those candles last week for another vigil for Buffalo. So we're there for our community. Hillel is actually the only organization on campus to have its own dedicated space. So our lounge has been repainted and updated, but we have a gorgeous kosher kitchen, and students can have access to the kitchen. We cook Shabbat dinner every week, and can come in and just use the kitchen to cook, which is great. The picture with the Israeli flag we have, so the student on the left was a senior my first year, and she was a JNF campus fellow. So the Jewish National Fund has a fantastic fellowship program, and she told me that, Hannah, you'd be a great fellow. So I applied, and I was the fellow my sophomore year. Great experience. And there are only 25 fellows around the country every year. So it was really cool to have that position at a small liberal arts school. And we have an Israeli a Yom Ha'atzmaut party every year. So that's always fun. We also love to do lots of non-academic type activities. So arts and crafts with Jewish themes or learning with different professors. We support other students. So there's a picture of us going on the Women's March, and we've done fundraisers for Save a Child's Heart and lots of other organizations. I led a Tu B'Shvat Seder. So the bottom right is us with all sorts of different fruits. That was a fun shopping trip. And, we really try to get people involved, and we have a birthright trip every year. We're actually the first group to go in December, and we go with Dartmouth. So they're also on a trimester system. So it's really fun to go with them. And yeah, we have the bottom left picture. There's a Holocaust survivor. We try to get one to come every year, hopefully, God willing, a couple more years. And then Professor Burke is a legendary history professor here. He's been teaching since the 1960s. And yeah, he's fantastic. Okay, next slide. This is our current board. It's really been a rebuilding year the past couple of years because of COVID. So it's been hard, but we're trying really hard to start doing some more things. We actually have the former international president of USY as a first year here, and he's really enjoying his time. My friend Ethan and I held Hillel together kind of throughout the pandemic, but we're really excited to have more people. And we make it work with kosher food and whatnot, but it's a really great place. And Bonnie, our advisor, helps us with everything. So you will be supported, and I love Union.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for Union College, please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have Washington University of St. Louis.
All right, hi everyone. My name is Daniel Schnall. I'm an admissions officer for Washington University in St. Louis, or WashU, as you may commonly hear it referred to. We're a mid-sized private research institution. We're located in St. Louis, Missouri, right in the middle of this map of the US. And we're consistently ranked one of the most beautiful college campuses in the US, which is really cool. St. Louis is a mid-sized city. We've got about 3 million people here. We're a big city. We've got big city events and opportunities, but it has more of a small town feel. Really friendly and collaborative people. There are beautiful parks and museums, fun neighborhoods. There's always something new to do here. One of my favorite parts of St. Louis is actually Forest Park, which is our front yard at WashU. It's 500 acres bigger than Central Park. And on top of that, it's got free museums, a free zoo, lots to do. St. Louis is really accessible. It's affordable. It's a really cool place to live, to go to school, and to explore. And we're just really proud to have the city contribute so much to the WashU student experience. On campus at WashU, we are a diverse and collaborative community. We have 5 undergraduate academic divisions, or colleges, as you may hear them referred to at other places. We have a College of Arts and Sciences, our liberal arts hub. We also have a College of Engineering, College of Business, College of Art, and a College of Architecture. When you submit your application to WashU, you'll have to apply to one of those divisions, which will be your home base, but you can take classes in any of those 5 divisions. Interdisciplinary study is our hallmark, and our students will study anything they want. They're even free to pursue majors or minors in other divisions, and about 80% of our students will graduate with more than one major because of that flexibility. Our 7,000 students represent all 50 states and over 50 countries. That type of diversity brings with it all forms of other diversity: racial, ethnic, socioeconomic, religious, political, and so much more. We want to treat our students as individuals, and we want to get to know them by name and by story, which is our unofficial motto. One way we do that is in small discussion-based classes. Our average class size is just 26. We also have a robust advising system. So you'll have a team of advisors that do so much more than just check boxes for you. And they're all resources for you to help find your way and find your path. We encourage our students to continue learning outside of the classroom. So every major offers students an abroad program, and over 40% of our students will choose to go abroad during their time here. There's tons of research opportunities in all disciplines, not just in the lab. Students can run their own businesses, and they can also get involved in a number of service projects throughout the city. Our students can and do participate in over 450 clubs and organizations, and our students really love to be involved. There are social groups, cultural groups, religious and athletic opportunities, and our students will really come together for all kinds of fun traditions, like our 13 Carnival, which is the oldest and largest student-run carnival in the country. In terms of Jewish life on campus, about 25% of our community identifies as Jewish. A wide array of observance levels. There are many social opportunities, including an active Hillel and Chabad, and lots of student-led activities and organizations. We have kosher food options, including kosher for Passover meals, sponsored by Hillel during Passover. There's a number of prayer groups and synagogues in the vicinity of our campus. We also run interfaith programming with our Center for Diversity and Inclusion. And we have an array of unique academic opportunities. There's a department at WashU called the Jewish, Islamic, and Middle Eastern Studies Department. And we also have academic courses in Hebrew, on the Holocaust, on anti-Semitism, and so much more. So a few things about the application process. We accept the common and coalition application, and we have multiple application plans. Early decision 1 and 2 are both binding. Could be a great choice for you if you wrap up your college search and know where your top choice, just because we'll have fewer applications in those rounds, but it is binding. We utilize holistic review, so we are going to really try to understand your experiences and the context from which you come. We're not going to use formulas. We don't have minimums for GPA or for test scores, because there's so much more to your story than just the numbers. We are also test optional for fall 23 and 24 admission, so keep that in mind. If you haven't been able to test or don't feel that your scores are indicative of your abilities, you can just waive the testing requirement and still be given full consideration. We're committed to removing cost as a barrier to WashU. We are need blind, and we meet 100% of demonstrated financial need for all admitted students. So please use our cost calculators online. Feel free to contact our student financial services team if you have any specific questions. So all in all, that's a little bit about WashU. If I had to sum this up in 3 things you got to know, St. Louis is an awesome city. WashU is a really flexible and supportive place, and we personalize the experience for every student to get to know them by name and by story. And with that, I think we're going to wrap things up with some Q&A.
Awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you have any questions for Washington University in St. Louis, please put them in the Q&A. Now, if all of my panelists and presenters can join me in saying goodbye and thank you, I actually just want to start off by saying thank you to all of you for being here. Remember, what you do is extremely important, so we really do appreciate it. And then also my attendees, my participants, thank you so much for being here, because what you do is also extremely important as well. Now, I did not preface the college fair by saying this, but I'll end it by saying this. This was just an appetizer session. There is so much more to learn about these universities and colleges. So it is now, the next step now is to see which one is going to be your main entree, by doing your due diligence, visiting those schools, and contacting these universities. Now, before we all head out, just a couple reminders. After you close out this window, a very quick 5-question survey will appear. The words "very quick" are literally on your screen, so I promise it'll be very, very quick. We do appreciate the feedback as always. Remember, this is one out of many college presentations that are offered, so please sign up for more sessions. And remember, if you want to relive the fun, or if someone missed out on today, you can always do that and replay it with us, because all of these sessions are being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Jewish Student Fair. With that said, you all, again, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great evening. Bye, everybody.